Stories, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, Ujami here, Snowman86, and we're back on Farming Simulator 2022. So we're back today for something a little bit different. For those of you who don't know, this is Edge Farm, and little map I see it on the mod hub and just had to have it. I think it was the mod hub I saw it anyway. If not, I'll try and find the link and stuff and share it below in the description, guys. But nice little map, UK based or kind of European more style farming anyway. And the purpose of this is we have taken over the farm here. It's in quite poor shape is probably the best word to describe it. Now we have a nice bit of equipment. We'll zoom in on the land we own, guys. So you can see we start with field 15, 14, 12, 13, 11 and 42. We also have some cows on the yard. There were 60 animals there, and this is our pasture. And we can scroll down here to the animal section and we'll see what's going on. You can see there's a worker going there actually as well. So we are going to be running courseplay on this one as well, guys. So we're going to quickly just select the animals. We can see we have 60 animals. They're young enough, they're only a month old, but we've inherited with them in this scenario. So it was one of his last purchases he did before the bank took the farm off him, and we've stepped in to run the show. So on that note, we'll check the finances. And you can see that yeah, there's been quite a lot of money spent, and the balance so far for the farm is 28,980 euros, and we are in debt. We owe the bank 1.2 million. So the goal really for us is to clear this loan before we do a whole pile more. Obviously it will help that if we can buy more land, and you'll see that's what we have around us. So pretty close to us. We have a couple of fields pricing. Just looking at it, field 24 is 235,000, so we won't be going that way anytime soon, I'd say. 354,000 there for farmland 25, and actually that's the farmlands, not the field numbers. And it kind of goes on that way. Now we do have a couple of smaller grass pastures here alongside us that we might be able to pick up, a couple of small little handy fields here in the valley. But when I say in the valley, guys, if you don't know, this map is quite steep. So I was bailing before we decided we'd get into this. So we're just going to get the drone up, do a little bit of flying around here, guys, and you can see what's going on now. As I say, Courseplay is working there on the windrowing, doing a sterling job of it. And something I should explain to you, you might see a couple of bare patches in the forest, like over there and again over here. And the reason for that was when playing it, I noticed I was getting a lot of lag when I get close to the tree lines. So we just cleared out a chunk of the trees in here, guys. But we won't really be going in there, and I've left the outline so that I don't think it should affect us too much unless we're farming over there, but we'll see. The goal for us is to eventually own the entire map, or that's the plan in my head anyway. That's the challenge I'm going to set myself. It's going to be an extremely hard one, guys. We are going to try and clear debt that we owe the bank, which is 1.2 million, and then we are going to try and buy as much land as we possibly can before we decide we'll call it a day on this one. So I'm not sure how long it'll go for, but yeah, we'll see. Now to demonstrate the hills and valleys, you can see, and I'll get a little bit lower. Let me just drop down here. So you can see it's quite extreme. Now it's a nicely detailed map, but the fields that wrap around here are all on the side of a kind of a hill, a valley. So horsepower is going to be a big requirement here, and they wrap up around here. And again, it's just nicely laid out. Access to these fields, we might have to put in a few dirt roads and stuff like that, but we're not too concerned at the moment. We'll happily get through it. I seem to have deleted one or two trees there too many, but anyway. So yeah, we could push down this way with our field purchasing, but we'll just have to see. As I say, the land is extremely steep, and you can see we bailed that one, and that was fun bailing that. Now where we start, well, we need to get a bit higher again. The trees are going to hit us. There's a lovely little balloon in the area. This is our farmhouse, guys, just down here, and this is the main yard itself. So we've added one or two things As I say, I adjusted the cow pasture as well. You'll see here that the base game foliage area is kind of that square, and we've adjusted it to hopefully grab that whole area. So all going well, that should kick in on the next turnover of the day, which should be pretty soon. And obviously we do have track up here. I think this field was probably taken by the bank. They've held on to it, so we don't have access to it yet, but we can buy it back for a small fee. There are our cows, 60 cows, guys. So plenty there to keep us going throughout the winter. Layout of the shed, we've added this shed as well, just for bales and stuff like that. But as I say, quite a nice. So far, I'm enjoying it. I put in about 6 or 7 hours setting it all up, getting things ready to where we want it, and we're just about ready to get going. So we have a little bit of crops in these silos as well that we can sell at the right time. But as I say, we're just going to be using Courseplay to go along it, because again, quite a big map, and we want we don't want to be kind of tedious with doing all the work ourselves. So that is our farmhand there. We will call him Dan, and he is doing great work. So now, saying that, the fact we are in debt, we'll have to see. His wage for the season will be kind of 30,000, I suppose, is what we pay him. He'll be paid every December, so we'll be subtracting that from our bank balances. So if we're going to be using him, we're going to make sure we're working him pretty hard to get the best out of him. But quite a nice map. Over here we have a little bit of a pig, or sorry, that's horses, and then in here we have sheep. So we have a few options to what we do or where we expand to. I think there is another farm over here, which is a pig farm. So that's in that area. Is there another farm? I thought there was a third yard. Is it down there? I think this is it down here, guys. So just kind of a smaller setup there. But plenty of room to expand. I like the rolling hills, and the valleys are quite extreme, so horsepower is going to be essential. And when we get to our equipment list, you'll see what we have to start with. But yeah, you can see again that valley in there, just nicely done. Lots of hot air balloons in the sky around here, so interesting. But yeah, this is the scope of the map, guys. The size of it. It's not a small one. Another little yard here where we can go for storage and stuff. Another shed there, so plenty of room to expand our operation. The main shop area is up here. We have petrol station, a couple of sell points, all that good stuff up here at BGA, and we have a nice little flat area here for placeables that we can extend if we want to. Again, we'll see how we're going. Across the top of the map here, again, you can see the hills and troughs and the dips. It's quite nice. That's the area we flattened out. And yeah, these are the fields on this edge of the map, guys. So I'm liking it. It's a basic map. It has everything you need to get going, which is good. We seem to have another little farm area here. Not sure, is there animals or something there? Maybe a sell point, is it? Possibly a sell point looking at it. We'll just drop down and have a quick look. We'll see what we can buy. It's another sheep pasture. Interesting. So we've 2 sheep pastures on the map. Pigs, cows, all that good stuff. So plenty, as I say, to keep us going and occupied. But our goal is, we're starting over here, is it? This is us. And Dan there is nearly done the work. So that's our little tidy operation, guys. Tidy little farm. Now we have most equipment that we need, so we pop to the shop and we go to our garage. And you can see we have 2 tractors straight away. So that's the smaller TM, and that has a front loader on it for doing all the bale work and animal feeding. We then have a T7, which is 273 horsepower, and that's going to be the main workhorse. That's what's going to be driving up and down those big hills. We have a New Holland harvester, nice trailer, headers, plow, cultivator, a seeder, roller, fertilizer spreader, a slurry tanker, because we have animals, we'll have slurry to get rid of, a weeder, a subsider for our grasslands, 2 mowers. We have the rear swing out mower, and we have a front mower. We also had a tether, windrower, baler, bale trailer, a bale wrapper, the feeder for animals, front loaders, front loader tools. We have just the universal bucket. We'll have to pick up a bale fork, header trailer, and weights. So that's everything we own, guys. Nothing on lease. Everything is owned by the farm. Now we will probably do contracts for locals in the area, considering we're new to it. We're going to offer our services out. As I say, we're hoping to make as much money as we can, so hopefully we'll be in it every, I think it's a 4-day season is what we've got a set as well, guys. So as I say, plenty to keep us entertained and going. And yeah, as I say, Dan is nearly finished there, so it's time for me to jump back in the baler and crack on with the baling, guys. But yeah, we're going to aim for weekly episodes if we can. That will also be the goal of this one, guys. And it'll run in conjunction with Danuka, so that won't change for anybody who's enjoying that episode. And as always, the live streams on Atium will hopefully continue as well as we go forward. It's just about getting time to get those out, but once we settle into a bit of a rhythm with it, we should be good. So that's it, guys. I think we'll leave it here for today. This is the work that's going on, and we'll pick it up probably on the 2nd of September, and we'll see how we're getting on. So as always, guys, if you want to see more of this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along for more. And if you want to join along in this series and see how we're going, if you want to take on the challenge yourself, it is I think it's going to be quite tricky anyway. The 1.2 million debt is really going to be a draw on us until we get that down. So yeah, it might reduce what we can and can't do, but as I say, the plan is to clear the debt and try and buy as much land as possible. We really want to expand the operation. So guys, with that, we'll call it here, and we'll talk to you all again, guys. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you. Take care.